Good morning, Pittsburgh, and welcome to the standing committee meeting for the Clean Pittsburgh Commission. My name is Lori Beth Jones. My pronouns are she, hers. I am co-chair of the commission and a resident of the Crafton Heights neighborhood, West Side. Woo! Welcome and thank you all for coming out to our meeting this month after our holiday break where we didn't have a meeting in December. Really quickly, we're going to do our, I'm going to share my screen just so that you can see the agenda really quickly because I made a last minute edit mostly to remind myself that I need to go over something with all of you. But we are going to do commission introductions. So as always, I like to start the commission introductions. I already told you about me with my co-chair, Chris Mitchell.
Hey everybody, my name is Christopher Mitchell. I am the co-chair of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission and anti-litter specialist for the City of Pittsburgh Department of Public Works. I'll turn it over to Amiye.
Hi, my name is Amiye Akweli. I'm environmental enforcement specialist with the City of Pittsburgh. I live in the East End, Point Breeze. I will turn it over to Josh Schoenman.
Good morning. My name is Josh Schoenman. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a resident on the north side in Spring Hill. First and foremost, I'd like to give a special shout out to my wife, Erin Tobin, who is on this call, who I believe forgot I joined this commission today. Good morning. I love you. I am here with Pennsylvania Resources Council. I'm our collection events manager. I help oversee the work that the City of Pittsburgh does with PRC to help all the residents here. I also work with Allegheny County and several of the surrounding counties in the greater Pittsburgh area to hold household hazardous waste collections, as well as hard to recycle collections for things like electronics and tires and freon containing appliances.
Thank you so much, Josh. I think we should just go ahead and have Erin maybe introduce herself next because that's fun for me personally.
I totally forgot that Josh was on this call. And I'm next door at the neighbor's house watching the dog. Hi, everybody. Erin Tobin with the Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy. I do community engagement. I am the North Side rep for the Clean Pittsburgh Commission. Happy to be here. Try popcorn, somebody else? Popcorn Myrna.
You're mute.
Sorry.
There we go.
Gotcha. Good morning. It's Myrna. We were just trying to help Kelsey get on, but it looks like someone let her in. So thank you for letting Kelsey from Friends. She'll be joining too. But I'm here with Lissa Everhart. She's our new program manager. And we're with Allegheny Cleanways. I'm the executive director, and I think that's it. Should I popcorn to someone? All right. Sure. How about Rebecca Simon?
Hi everyone, Becca Simon, she, her pronouns. Not officially part of the commission, but always a fly on the wall, as I call myself. But I'm with Grounded Strategies. I'm in the Garfield region, but I'm the land use policy manager. So we help residents around vacant land, especially development of green spaces. I'm actually here with Ashley, who's going to be taking over mostly my place, as this role really fits well with community care. So I'll pass it to Ashley next, but I'll still be around every once in a while.
Hi, I'm Ashley Seiler. I also work at Grounded, as Becca said, and yeah, we're not officially part of the commission, or we have not been ourselves, but yeah, nice to be here, and I'm real interested to see what's going on.
Thank you, Ashley. Okay, I think let's have Kelsey.
Hi, everyone. Kelsey Ripper, Executive Director at Friends of the Riverfront. Not technically part of the commission yet either. So I'll pass it over to Erica.
I don't think we can't hear you.
How's this? Better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hi, I'm Erica. I'm from Waste Management and Secretary on the Clean Pittsburgh Commission and always having IT problems. So thank you. Happy to be here. Happy 2023.
Happy New Year. Okay, I want to give you a little hint that later on our agenda, we will be introducing two more very exciting people who are on this call. But we are not going to out them right now because I have like a whole mouth trumpet thing planned. So don't you worry about it. Welcome so much to Chris and Colleen for being with us. We're going to go over that later. So I'm Lori Beth. Oh, we also at the beginning of all of our meetings read a selection from our bylaws, our mission statement or our goals and all that good stuff that we love and that are important to us. So the values of the Clean Pittsburgh Commission are community, equity and diversity, capacity building and teamwork, and getting dirty. I know sometimes we read those in depth. I think sometimes it's really important to just look at them as the section headers that they are and remember that we're trying to do them all at one time. So I'm going to keep that short and sweet today. I'm going to go back to my screen share for agenda review and approval. And I'm going to share, like I said, this one that I made a minor modification to just to remind myself of this thing right here that we need to do because it's due today, but we'll go over it later. So there's your updated, slightly updated agenda for meeting today. If anyone has any questions, additions, concerns, etc., speak now or forever hold your peace. Would anyone like to, I would like to move to approve the agenda, mostly because I typed things in it. Can I have a second, please?
I will second it, Lori Beth. It's Erica.
Thank you. And Erica, while you are unmuted and ready to go, I will just go ahead and pop over to our November meeting minutes. And we'll go ahead and give everybody a chance. We'll scroll through them relatively slowly. If there are any concerns, Erica can correct those. If not, we will.
I have a edit.
Yeah.
This is November meeting minutes. There's on the second page, there's SWAT. It's misspelled. We want an SWOT and not the people with heavy machinery. So yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's the only edit I see there.
Yes, that is an inappropriate SWAT we would have there.
That's going to be probably some spell check doing us wrong there. I also think that Sarah Shea Alessio has two S's, which is just a minor correction on page 1 of members in attendance. But I will again scroll slowly so everyone can look at it. Right, and then the rest of that page.
Sorry, could you scroll back up a little bit?
Yeah.
Notice on that second to bottom bullet point, it says PRC. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread the thing that says PRC is holding 2 times per week's HHW collections. I don't know if it's worth clarifying that we're only collecting electronics at that time and not
E-waste, yeah.
chemical. Okay. But if nobody else is concerned, I'm not.
I can make that update before we also release these on the website.
Are there other times for the other disposal events or not right now?
They are set already. I believe I can't cite them off the top of my head. I believe they're.
I can.
Off the top of your head, or by note, because I could
I
pull
got
up
the newsletter right here. Yeah, so we're
actually. Oh, and
we
cleaned
can
up the
discuss
table.
later.
It's not sitting here anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, we can discuss them later. Just move through the minutes real quick, but I'll, as part of member updates, we'll discuss our new HHW events for the rest of the year, but there's like specific days. So.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it needed to be in here or not.
Oh, no, not. I don't think we discussed it then. Yeah.
Okay, we will then, Erica, thank you so much for taking care of those changes, and we can we'll move that item forward to next month's meeting agenda. I know they're pretty minor, so not exactly the whole body of the document, but we can go ahead and do that later, because now it's time for introducing new anti-litter inspectors for DPW probably. Yay! Welcome so much. Thank you for being here today, Chris Samble and Colleen Neck. I hope I got your names mostly right. Thank you for being with us. And if you have a few minutes to tell us about your focus, and we welcome you. We're very excited.
He was having some audio issues earlier, and it looks like those might still be ongoing. So I'll, while they're still figuring that out, I'll jump in a little bit. Chris and Colleen, we in the past year in 2022's budget, we had 2 new anti-litter inspectors as the first stages of our gold plan. So we were very excited to have them on board. We'll be working closely with PLI to absorb a lot of their processes, their things like their software computronics for enforcement, things like that. We are getting them onboarded first here at Environmental Services, doing a lot of the enforcement aspects that is currently done by our foreman out of Environmental Services. And we're going to be, over the couple months, years, absorbing these responsibilities away from the various departments, all because nobody else really wants to do trash. We really want to do trash out of here. So that's what Colleen and Chris are going to help us establish. That they're our first ones out of the gate. We're looking forward to expanding greatly over the next couple of years. I still don't know if their audio issues are any better, if there's anything you guys can add, or if you have anything to say, you can run down the hallway to my office and jump in. And or are they frozen too?
My office, I think they're frozen. I can see them from here. You can probably see me in the back of the camera. Anyway,
I was gonna say, I've never seen anyone sit that still, so.
Actually, they look like they're stuck in the same position. I can't hear them. If you guys want to come say hi quick, I'll put my mask on.
We got booted.
They were frozen, and now they're not here anymore, but they were here, and that's what's important.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so they're here. We're moving on the gold plan. We're very excited. Do we have any questions regarding their work, or we will want to, obviously we used a lot of Clean Pittsburgh Commission input in crafting the gold plan. So what all of our member organizations here want to see out of new inspection efforts. We introduced Colleen on the cover of our 2023 newsletter that went out of environmental services that everybody received at their homes. There she is. So we said, hey, we're going to come to your house and give you a fine if you're not doing this stuff right. And now we've got the personnel to really back up that threat. So please, if you have any questions or anything to say, we can talk about it here or reach out to us at any time, because everyone here is an expert on this, and we desperately want to work with all of you.
Chris, I do have a question about that, because I've had some outreach about some different litter cleanups and stuff. So what people are finding is if they schedule something on a weekend and, you know, they have a pickup coming, obviously nobody comes until Monday. So when there's a lot more there, or it like travels down the road in front of another space, because, you know, people will do that. How would that work with fines? Because that's actually something they were like hesitant to do a weekend event with us, because they were like, we don't want to get fined by the city for all of this trash that somebody else is going to leave ultimately.
We are going to make sure that, you know, if a fine would be, you know, issued for something like that, they're going to be working very closely with our office of coming with the volunteer applications and everything like that. So we'll have a robust system. PLI already has a robust system to catch cases before they get too far, to reroute and make sure those things, if anything like that comes up and say, hey, we issue a fine, hey, that was a cleanup, it will automatically just be dropped. Very easy. All they need to do is notify us. And when those citations are given out, they will have the names and phone numbers of our inspectors who issued the citations, and can immediately, as soon as they get them, reach out and clarify anything like that. One of the things that we're really taking seriously as we build up our processes is equity, making sure that you know, we're not going too hard on anybody who does not deserve to be fined or anything like that. And we're building in a lot of whatever the word is, that make sure we don't do anything too bad. But PLI actually has done a very good job on this over the past few years of making sure that we're not all wasting our time on things that don't need to be happening.
All right, no, I appreciate it. Just wanted like a little reassurance for that partner, and just making sure that they fill out that online form. That way it's definite that the pickup has been set and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Please continue to use our online application at pittsburghpa.gov/DPW/volunteer-applications. That lets us know of all those volunteer events happening throughout the city, and we can easily look that up if somebody has that, to make sure there isn't some overlap.
All right. Hi, they are here behind me. Say what you need to say, y'all.
Go ahead, Colleen. No, I'm Christopher. This is Colleen next to us. Sorry for that. The first thing I'm gonna do is investigate why Zoom doesn't like us. Sorry for that little technical glare. We're really excited to be part of the team and help out. Yeah. Sorry for killing the introduction.
That's all good. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Any questions for them while you have them here? No? Okay,
right.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, okay.
Sorry to that.
Yay! All right. We're doing great as usual. I'm gonna share my screen again, because on my new updated agenda, it's my turn again to share with you a letter of support that the Clean Pittsburgh Commission was requested to draft. From a template, I didn't do anything exciting. I just did the Word document business, because environmental services, recycling has applied to the EPA for a grant to hire an education person and do some additional outreach regarding a lot of the changes that the city has coming up around the single stream recycling program with the blue bins and the no bags. So here is our letter. It is due to Alicia and Omaye by 5 today. So we can't do anything earth shattering with it, but I just wanted to, since it was already our regular meeting today, show it to everyone and make sure we didn't have any crazy questions or issues with this before I send it over to them to support that request. It is for $450,000, and the plan is to have an education expert, possibly an app, and additional information going out to city residents about their recycling
I
program.
can speak more to it. Yeah, so EPA has put out, an education and outreach grant, anywhere from $250 to $2 million you can ask for to improve how you educate and reach out to the public for residential and community programming. Just so everyone knows what this letter is supporting, I want to read some of the goals of the grant, just so, it's kind of on par with what we do here. So to inform the public, number one, to inform the public about new and existing residential and community recycling programs, to provide information about accepted materials in residential or recycling programs with separate waste collection. So we have separate waste and recycling collection, but to improve how we do that, and to increase collection ratios and decrease contamination in the residential and residential and community programs. So we're using that to get a dedicated position for someone who can actually do education and outreach is something that we struggle with here, and also to basically see if we can revamp pgh.street into something that the city actually runs, that actually there's a little bit more added to it, where we can do service alerts. People can choose between a whole swath of collection reminders, and people can actually look up materials as far as, I want to recycle this. They look it up, they see where they can take it or how they can dispose of it. So we'll be capturing a lot of different streams there, and hopefully cutting down on the amount of contamination when people know actually how to dispose of the waste that they have. So yeah, that's pretty much what we are trying to shoot for. Does anyone have any questions? Wish us luck, y'all. Actually, the deadline has been extended, but we ain't telling y'all that. So we will definitely accept that letter of support sooner rather than later. But yeah, if anyone had any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah. And this also includes reaching out, working more with PPS as well, Pittsburgh Public Schools, because there's going to be an educational component there for them. So we're really excited about a more holistic approach to waste and recycling in the city of Pittsburgh.
Great. Do we want to do a vote for this letter of support? All right.
Should I abstain? I'll abstain.
Motion to approve this letter of support.
I motion to approve. This is Myrna.
I will second. This is
All approved?
Aye.
Any against?
I think we're good. That means my only question is do we have letterhead?
We do. Well, we do.
For the CPC?
Lori Beth, I think I have a letter that we did a few years ago with makeshift letterhead that I'm happy to send to you. I don't know if it's our official letterhead, but we used it as some type of letterhead.
I saw one that was just like the city seal, but not very many words in the Google Drive, and I was like, I better ask about that.
Chris and I can find an updated version on the city's SharePoint to see if we can send that to you.
Oh wait, maybe. Oh, we have this one. We can still use this one, right?
That's the one I have, Lori Beth. So we have the same one.
Okay. All right. That I feel better about that one. I know anyone could, I guess, download the city seal and make weird letterhead that's of dubious uh, backgrounds. But I felt weird about it. I thought I better ask. Okay, cool. Thanks, everybody. So then we're going to talk again about the strategic plan. So since November 10th, I got to tell you that we didn't have any meetings about the strategic plan. And I was supposed to do that and I did not. So here is the goal for the strategic plan meeting. These things are related to each other, just so you know. The updating the strategic plan and continuing to staff the commission. I understand that some of our limbo commission members, hi, we love you, and you've been so committed to being here with us, have filled out the engage questionnaire that the mayor's office has put forward for mayoral appointees. If you are an in limbo commission member and you have not filled out that questionnaire, please send me an email and I will send you the link, because that is their first step to having commissioners confirmed. Send me an email at Bambi, like the deer in the Disney movie, _Beth@yahoo.com, and I will make sure that you have it. If you have already filled it out and you feel like you filled it out a while ago and you have not heard from anyone, that is exactly where we would expect you to be. It's not my preference for where you would be, but it is where everyone is. So we continue to follow up on that and will continue to follow up on that. And the ultimate goal of the strategic plan update is to get the Clean Pittsburgh Commission strategic plan down to a manageably sized document where city officials and employees can look at it and very simply understand what we are trying to do and promote within the city and within the framework that is given to us, a lot of which has changed. I might not say dramatically since our previous strategic plan was written, but definitely in functional ways, how the city departments are working on the things that are within the scope of our mission. So I will send an email by end of day tomorrow. If you are interested in making words happen on papers, to update that. And I'm going to pull in a bunch of the information from that SWOT analysis that Rachel had done for us just prior to leaving the commission. And we'll figure it out. So we're going to have a standing committee meeting until further notice to do some work on that, probably at least once a month. And then for the next item on our agenda is regarding the finance committee. They are also having a standing committee meeting, one per month. However, our treasurer, financial secretary, etc., were unfortunately unable to join us today.
I did meet with them at the first standing meeting of the financial committee earlier this week. We will have that every, Tuesday or Wednesday going forward before our Thursday meeting, so that we'll have something to share each month. Other than that, one thing we're going to need to do as we closed out last year, we didn't get all of the things in our 2022 budget into in on time. So some of those are going to have to carry it over to this year to pay for. One of those I'm going to go ahead and ask for a vote for today because it is that bill is overdue. Our contract with the city surveillance, our illegal dumping cameras were not able to be paid for on time last year. It has to be moved over to this year. So I'm going to ask for a committee vote to pay that, which would be, oh my gosh, I should have brought that up, the amount before I started talking here. And then other than that, we will have a slightly different format of keeping track of these expenses this year so that we know where each and every single purchase is. We've had some troubles after we've purchased something, knowing if it's actually gone through or anything like that. I'll let Afton and Sarah speak more to that probably in our next meeting if they're not able to join on the tail end of today. And I can't find that thing I'm asking people to vote on. So we're going to move on and I'll bring it up later.
Do you need the dollar amount? I have 2023 budget overview showing $4,860. Since that's a pretty specific number, it's probably the number we're asking.
That is it. That's what we need to pay for. We're overdue on that because we didn't get it on time last year. Anybody have any questions about that before we vote on it?
Lori Beth, can you confirm, was that 4,068?
860.
860. And that goes to city surveillance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Just recording it for the minutes. Thank you.
Right. Motion to approve that purchase.
Second, Lori Beth.
All in favor?
Okay.
All opposed? Excellent. Thank you, everybody.
Motion carries. Expenditure approved. Search Google Doc for the win. Yay. Okay. I think that brings us to member organization updates. We're just like blazing through. Good work, everybody. Give us your member organization updates.
I guess environmental services, recycling. Hi. I have a really ripped up one, but we have our newsletter. It went out at the at the very end of 2022, and then we started with the holiday. So like things are pretty hectic in the beginning of the year. You have to know, right? So yeah, this has gone out. We have a lot of people who received this in Northside. They're like, oh, where's my bin? Northside's getting bins in May of this year. Congrats to them. And they'll be caught up and we'll be done with our bin distribution. Done in quotes, because it ain't ever going to end once we put these things out. But yeah, we're also dealing with Christmas tree collection. We started on the 26th of day after Christmas, right? And we're going to the 26th of January. We have it all up on our website. We have 12 locations throughout the city for public works divisions and other neighborhood collections. So look one up. Take your tree there if you still have one. And we're going to be chipping all of them for mulch and at some later to be announced date. So it's good for the spring plantings, as they say. I did want to circle back to the collection events. We are, still working with PRC. They're doing our weekly collections for e-waste twice a week during the week. How many times can I say week? And it's by appointment only. So they have a pretty awesome QR code on the back side of our newsletter, also a number, and you can do it online as well. Gavin is our boy, and he is very diligent with getting calling people back about registering and make sure they have an appointment. Another reason to look it up, because we are doing winter hours right now that are not on the top of my brain, but perhaps Josh could fill us in. Winter hours for Tuesday and Thursday?
Yeah, on Tuesdays they go from 2 to 5, and on Thursdays they're 3 to 6. Hopefully that gives an opportunity for folks who get off work a little later in the day to make it down and get their recycling in.
Perfect. Yeah. So we have a lot of options. Well, 2 options a week. Anyway, so back to the HHW, that's collected separately. And we do have collections available mostly during the, I don't know, it's all over the place. So our first one's going to be March 11th. And these are all going to be down here at Environmental Services at 3001 Railroad Street. And these are Saturdays, and appointment only, of course. March 11th, May 13th, July 15th, September 16th, and November 11th. Those are also available on in this calendar, which is a new addition. It's on the calendar. It's also on our website. And yeah, it's pretty excited to have this on our calendar. I had one other thing I wanted to bring up, but it's gone. It's not in my brain anymore. But yeah, if you guys have any questions. Oh, yes. So we have a very limited supply of these. We're trying to save paper. If you hear of anyone who wants one and, you know, that maybe they don't really have access to the internet or prefer not to use the internet, they can call 301. 301 will send them one in the mail. But all other folks who have access to internet, you can download it online, print it at home if you have a printer. And you can also utilize pgh.street to, you know, look up your next collection day. So lots of options to figure out when and how to sell out your trash. Yeah, that's it from Environmental Services. Thank you.
Is the QR code only for events registration?
Josh.
The QR code is only for events registration. It takes you to a page that explains the e-waste collection as well as the HHW collections, the household hazardous waste ones, and lets you sign up for either or both of those 2, depending on which you would prefer.
Perfect. I just want to take a picture of it and
Yeah,
people
yeah,
scan it
please
off
do
my
it.
phone if they need it.
And actually, while I'm thinking about it, at the household hazardous waste collections that we do every other month during the warm weather months, you can also bring your e-waste as well. So you don't have to schedule 2 separate appointments. Oftentimes it is easier for folks to bring 2 at once if they're there for one thing, but yeah.
Thank you.
Does spring of 2023 for blue bin distribution, does that mean May?
Say it again.
Blue bin distribution in spring of 2023. That means May?
Mayish. Yeah. We tend to, when we do a spring distribution, it's usually in May, but there's a lot of factors that could screw that up.
Okay. West Side's a little antsy about it.
Yeah, no, we've sent out postcards about 2 weeks beforehand so people can, you know, prepare for their new arrival. And yeah, so people will know. They'll be waiting for it.
Thank you. Okay, member organizations, come on over.
Well, I guess I will, I can continue the PRC conversation, our great work with the city that we were just discussing. And then in addition to that, we will be exploring in the next month or 2 about continuing our neighborhood e-waste collections that we did this past year. I believe we were in Deb Gross's district. We also were in Council President
oh yeah, she's Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all off the top of my head, and I think we just did the 2 this
That's it. Year. Yeah, that's all we could have space for.
And we're aiming for 4 in this calendar year. We'll have the whole year to work out, so we're very excited about that. We've already been scouting some locations, and are excited to bring those services right to where the people are, which we find has been a great way to encourage them to participate. In addition to that, we're moving forward with planning for our hard to recycle and household hazardous waste collections in Allegheny County as well as the surrounding counties. Also in this calendar year, PRC brought on 2 new employees to work in our zero waste program, Chesapeake First, as well as Zachary Delaney, who started with us at the beginning of this month. And we're really looking forward to them expanding and growing that program that Emily Potosny did a great job of running with after she said goodbye to us at the end of this calendar year. And we are continuing with our education programs around things like composting and rain barrels and just general recycling awareness. One of the great things about those programs, in addition to learning and getting the tools to participate in that, is that you can take those webinars online and anywhere you are. So even if you're not here on the north side where our office is, or even in the city of Pittsburgh. If you want to gift that to somebody who lives in Nebraska, they can learn about rain barrels as well. I think those are all the big things that I'm thinking about, but if anything else comes to mind, I can add it later on.
Can go next, if that's okay. All right. Allegheny Cleanways, we have a couple of big events coming up, but they're outside of the city, but they're close to the city. In fact, one is right on the border of the city. It's a huge tire dump. We'll say that it's mostly in Penn Hills. I'm not 100% sure that some of the tires aren't in the city of Pittsburgh, but we'll say they're all in Penn Hills. But we are going to be doing a big cleanup on, what's the date? February 25th. And we're working with public lands, and we'll need all hands on deck to move. There are thousands and thousands of tires there. So that's fun. And then we have an event coming up just on Monday in Stowe Township, if anyone wants to come by. So those of you, especially in the West End, western part of the count of the city, might want to head on over to Stowe and help us with the cleanup there. Then we have ongoing cleanups on our steps and bridges, generally Sundays or Mondays, and then ongoing, we're doing 7 cleanups a week right now. So either in the city or in McKeesport or Stowe for the most part. So check out our website and join us. Thanks.
Myrna, if you'd like some additional support, I work with a couple of other organizations doing volunteer work, and we can usually get a lot of volunteers together. So if you want to shoot me an email with the details, I wouldn't mind sharing whatever flyers and stuff you have to help you recruit.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yep.
I can go. So Friends of the Riverfront's been mapping out our 2023 stewardship schedule and acquiring supplies, which we thank the Clean Pittsburgh Commission for support on that. And then we're also going to be restarting our weekly volunteer event on Trail Tuesdays, which is on Tuesday mornings all over the city and outside the city as well. But the first couple will be focused on the North Shore along River Avenue. A heavy focus on litter right now as the vegetation is low. Yeah, we'll just be continue to ramp up volunteer events as the season goes on.
I can share after Allegheny Cleanways and Friends of the Riverfront, because we're hoping to, with the Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy and the Woods Run Task Force, we're hoping to partner with them in the Woods Run neighborhood to do lots of cleanups with our fearless leaders there, as well as working with Allegheny Cleanways in and around McKinley Park and also Hayes Woods. And then for myself, there's a focus thanks to some grants that we have to work in Kennard Park in the Hill District, as well as Spring Hill Park on the north side. And then I'm also going to be getting together, just basic information that I can start taking to the different community groups that the community meetings that I attend, particularly on the north side, because that's where I'm most heavily doing my community engagement to kind of inform them of the different opportunities and options that they have. I see a lot of chatter online about coordinating litter pickups and people just not knowing how they can do that and how easy it is to do it, and that the city actually provides the resources to do it. So that's going to be something that I'll be focusing on, when I'm already attending these community meetings, to try to get some more folks on the north side involved. So.
All of these updates are wonderful. I'm about to hit send on an email to all of you. For our Clean Pittsburgh newsletter and Clean Pittsburgh Friday social media content solicitation. We want to include as much of this as we can going out next Tuesday. So watch out for that, and please get back to me with a picture, a link, a paragraph, anything we can throw in that newsletter. All this is very great.
Chris, since we are unofficially part of this, do we also participate in these things?
Yeah, absolutely. We do share out already. We share out grounded volunteer events. Anything that's on your website, we put in that newsletter already. I had been laboring under the assumption that Rebecca actually was a member of the commission because Anna had been, and so we had been moving forward as if Grounded was officially a member, and we need to do something to correct that. So we'll make sure that we have Grounded representation because we really appreciate all of the work and your insights especially. So we'll work on getting, I know that Becca was saying she may not be able to attend as much, and this is much more your speed, Ashley. So maybe it might be worth us trying to get you on as a full-time member as well.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what to do.
Yeah, if you want to email me, Ashley, at Bambi_Beth@yahoo.com, I will send you that Engage application, and I'll copy Becca on it just because I have Becca's email so that you know that's coming over, and then we'll go from there because this has been a very fun part of things.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Was there a follow-up of additional information from Grounded that I had expected was coming, but maybe I misunderstood? No?
We're still getting our volunteer schedule and stuff together. There's a lot of events that will be happening. We're just kind of ironing those out today, actually. So
awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Ashley, when is recruitment starting for community care too?
Right now we are waiting on some funding to come through and just making sure that we have room for recruitment. Right now we have enough to cover who we already cover, but we want to make sure that if there's additional funding needed, I don't want to start biting off more than I can chew. We do have our official kickoff with the existing stewards on the 24th of this month. But I will get all of that together today and kind of see where things stand and how operations feel about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing? And Kelsey, we didn't hear you say this, but if you did, I apologize. But the Litter League, which is a program of both Allegheny Cleanways and Friends of the Riverfront, will be kicking off. Registration for the Litter League will be kicking off next week.
Okay. Is that everybody who wants to say something, who has an update? If you think of something after the meeting, email it to Chris for the newsletter, please, and thank you. Is there anything else on your heart, mind, agenda, brain, email that we need to go over this month from anybody?
I will move to adjourn if there's nothing else.
I will second.
Great. Thank you, Erin. All right, y'all. Peace. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. So good to see your faces. Email me. I'll email you. Bye.